It's one thing you think about is kids. They're seeing this not once, not twice, but over and over again. And Rob, you have young kids too. Is it something that you explain to them? Do they understand yet?
They haven't asked me about it, but one of the quotes there is that they worry about how close and don't understand. They don't have the spatial recognition we have. They don't understand that this was not next to us. This was not our neighbor. And so they'll ask you, Daddy, there's a tornado. Is it going to hit us? They don't understand that. So you got to remember these things that you wouldn't think of unless you know that they don't understand that this didn't happen here, but it could happen here. You want to shelter them, but you need to teach them, you need to teach stranger danger. You need to teach about, why when they say be quiet, you need to be quiet in school, and they have these drills, and it's scary, but they need them.
And not just kids that are in elementary school age, but high school, college. I mean, these are kids that are going to be afraid to travel at this point. Maybe, I saw something really powerful yesterday. Someone tweeted out. He said, "I've witnessed or I've heard of mass shootings 3 times in my life, Virginia Tech, Orlando, and now Vegas, and I'm 22 years old."
Yeah. Put that in perspective for you. 22 years old and already experienced so much. And I think it's really, really important to talk about it too. And it's probably make me kind of emotional, but yesterday I was in Las Vegas at the airport right after this happened, and I haven't had a chance to really talk about it yet and process it, but I was at the airport and got off the plane, and there were so many people there who were affected by this shooting. I got off the plane, and you could feel it right when you walked off. It was quiet, and we've been in airports before. Nobody was talking, and everybody was either sitting by themselves crying or sitting with other people. And I started talking to a group that was on my flight to Little Rock, and as they were sharing their story, people were just coming over and saying, "I was there too." And they all had the same matching purple ribbon on. And they were just talking to each other, crying and hugging each other. And I don't think that they had processed what had happened yet. I don't think that many of them hadn't even slept yet. So I don't think they really truly had been able to go through what had happened in the last 12 hours. And many of them, one woman was front row with her family, and she was sharing with me the video, and she's watching it as if she's watching it for the first time and not realizing that she was actually there for that. And I think me just talking about it now, I wasn't there at all, but to hear from people who were in that moment is absolutely terrifying. In the video, there were people covered with blood. They helped push a woman's body who had just died in front of them, pushed a body to get out of the way. And what was so amazing is that people in the video were running not away from it, but running towards to get people out of that area. And it's just amazing what your body will do, what your mind, how you will react in that situation. We've never been in that situation, so I don't even know if we could tell you what we would do in that situation. But I think just being there and having all those people together and having an outlet to just share with people was what they really needed. And one man too is from Arkansas and said that he called his church, and his church went to his family, his kids, to pray with them until he was able to make it home. So I think it's just very powerful, the stories that are coming out of that. And it's definitely very emotional for me. And like I said, I wasn't even there.
It took a long time for Las Vegas to recover, the people that were there.
And I think you were there for a reason, and I think
I know why my layover wasn't Vegas. I don't know, going back the opposite way, but to be there in that moment was something I know I will never forget.
And I think people needed, someone to talk
to. Yeah. And I think in these types of things, Rob, like you mentioned, talking to your kids about it, talking to your friends, just getting it out, because they're experiencing this tragedy too. And I don't think that like I said, I don't think that they had fully comprehended yet what had just happened to them. So. Well, thank you for those who shared their stories with me too. I appreciate that, for opening up to me, and I know we're going to hear many more in the coming days.